Okay, I know there are a million other videos like this on YouTube, but this is going to be another Chomp video. Hopefully you can come out with this, with something smarter, or something, I don't know. You probably saw my, Weavile video if you're watching this, if you're going to watch this, and basically I was just being sarcastic right there, and I was trying to show how many idiots there are on YouTube that think Weavile is a Garchomp counter, because everyone knows that it isn't, and Ice Shard from the Adamant 252 attack Weavile can't even KO a Garchomp with 6 HP. And, well, basically, the definition of a counter is you must be able to switch in with little to no risk and must pose an immediate threat. And it's very difficult to find a Garchomp counter. So, here's an example. Rest Talk, CM, Surfcoon, otherwise known as Crocoon, versus Blissey. You'd think Blissey counters Crocoon, but in reality, Crocoon always wins because it can't really... Blissey can only Toxic, and Coon can rest up to negate the Toxic while healing its HP. And I've heard some ridiculous things out there about there are a million Garchomp counters. I don't know, just one video, I won't say whose it is, like a CB Dawn fan with Ice Shard. I guess, I don't know, Mammoth Swine, Gengar with HP Ice is a Chomp counter. Jolteon, Weavile Focus Sash, Dugtrio counters it, Deoxys E counters it, Cressy. But in reality, none of those really counter Garchomp, because they all lose to one or another set. That same video said, and I quote, "Chomp shouldn't be freaking Uber because you people are freaking retarded, Smogon," end quote. And another quote, "You guys just don't have a freaking Chomp counter." So, yeah, apparently we can't counter Chomp. Let's see, Adamant 252 attack, Choice Band Ice Shard from Donphan does 94% max to a 6 HP Chomp. That means it has like a 1% chance with Stealth Rock up to KO it. Mammoth Swine, Gengar, Jolteon, Dugtrio, Deoxys E. Yeah, good luck switching those into like CB outrages, all that crap. Chomp is almost always paired with Sand and or Stealth Rock, so Weavile's Focus Sash is immediately negated, and it can't even KO with Ice Shard. It does 96% max, and that is an Adamant Weavile. Cressy can only one-hit KO with a modest Ice Beam, and with modest, it's 2-hit KO'd by a Choice Band Chomp's Outrage, and is 2-hit KO'd with Sand and or Stealth Rock by Choice Band Chomp's Outrage, even if it's bold with 252 HP and 252 defense. So I've just come to the conclusion that Smogon just knows a lot more about Pokemon than the stupid YouTubers out there. Face it, because all the YouTubers, well, not all, but most, just have weird ideas of what is a counter and how Chomp can be countered. Now I'll just basically show how over-centralizing it is in the current metagame. Basically, there are no counters to Choice Band Chomp, which will be now referred to as CB Chomp. Bronzong, it doesn't pose an immediate threat unless it has Explosion. However, it's probably the best Chomp counter in the whole game, even Cress. So yeah. CB Chomp's Adamant 252 attack, Outrage. Assume that's the standard when I say CB Chomp. Adamant 252 attack and Outrage. It does 65% minimum with 252 against 252 HP, 220 defense Celebi, and that is bold, and that's an easy 2-hit KO. 252 HP, 252 defense, bold Cressy takes 46% to 54% from Outrage, which means there's about a 50-50% chance of of a 2-hit KO with Sandstorm up, and with Stealth Rock up, it's surely dead. And remember that Chomp is almost always paired with Sand and or Stealth Rock. And Bold Crest can't even one-hit KO back with Ice Beam. Only a Modest one can, and Modest is 2-hit KO'd either way. 252 HP, 252 defense, Impish Dusknoir takes minimum 64% from Outrage from Chomp. 4E Fortress is pretty much raped by Fire Blast. Easy one-hit KO. 252 HP, 252 defense, Impish Glissaur takes 56% minimum from Outrage. Easy 2-hit KO. 252 HP, 252 defense, Impish Hippowdon takes 49 to 58% damage from Outrage, and without Stealth Rock up, it's an easy 2-hit KO. It can't one-hit KO back with Ice Fang, and Sandstorm is basically welcoming for Chomp, making Ice Fang more likely to miss. Max HP, 0 defense, or special defense, Impish takes 47 to 56% from Adamant, 0 special attack, Chomp's Fire Blast, and it's an easy 2-hit KO with Stealth Rock up. 252 HP, 252 defense, Bold Suicune takes 52.72% minimum from CB Chomp's Outrage, so there's about a 0.1% chance of surviving after the 2 outrages. Relaxed, 240 HP, 216 defense, Swampert takes minimum 64% from CB Chomp's Outrage. Bold, 188 defense, 252 HP, Vaporeon takes 71% from the Outrage. Where are we? And those are basically like the bulkiest Pokemon of OU. You can't get pretty much any bulkier Pokemon in the game, except for Uber, and like basically the only Pokemon that counters Garchomp in the game is Lugia, and that is an Uber currently. And its base stats, look at these base stats: 108 HP, 130 attack, 95 defense, 80 special attack, 85 special defense, and 102 speed. It's not that it has great attack or something like that. It has great distributed stats. You have to understand that. It's very bulky, 108 HP, that's more than Swampert has, and 95 defense. That means it can set up a storage stance more than once. It takes like 67% from a +2 Life Orb Extreme Speed from Lucario. So yeah, it has great defenses. Speed may seem decent, but not very special. But the fact that it is that fast means that it's an effective revenge killer. I mean, something that fast, it's kind of like that Jirachi set, Wish. It has enough speed to outspeed CB Hera. Yeah, it's kind of like that, where it has like all the bulkiness and the speed. It has monster attack, of course, and SD to make that, and even like a base 80 special attack. Chain Chomp is still very threatening, and even a spec set, I don't know. There are some wacky ideas out there, but yeah. It can even run defensive sets. You don't see them often, but I think Xerxes had one in his video versus TSP. And you can't forget about Yachi Berry. I mean, come on. Basically eliminates its only real weakness, since it can take most dragon moves fine, except for maybe like Outrage or Draco Meteor. And it also has a great moveset. Its moveset covers basically everything in the game between Earthquake, Outrage, and Fire Blast. Or those 3 types, with Stab and all that stuff. It pretty much covers everything. What else? Its stabs are only resisted by flying or levitating steels, and Fire Blast rips through those with ease, except for Bronzong. And the last move, like Crunch, provides more type coverage, or Stone Edge, to an already amazing moveset. And I don't usually consider hacks a factor, but there are movesets that rely on Chomp's hacks, such as a Sub-Chomp set with the Sandveil, taking advantage of Sandveil, Bright Powder set, taking advantage of Sandveil again, and at least everyone has gotten swept by those at least once, most likely more than once. So yeah, I think it over-centralizes the OU metagame, and yeah, there's really nothing we can do about it. And for those reasons, I think it should be Uber. So hopefully you guys came out with something from this. Yeah.